Testing 1, 2, testing. Testing 1, 2. So, as you can see, today's video is the truth uncovered. Suppressed evidence proves Tory Lanez is innocent. I found this little site online. It's on YouTube. It's online. It's up there. You can see it. www.36hourslater.com. If you want to go and look at this page without my commentary, you can go do that. You're welcome to do that. But we gonna get to it. Whoever this page is, they did a great job. They got everything in one place so we can see it. And from what it's looking like, man, that old Megan, the horse-faced stallion, she was lying. She full of shit. She got this man in prison, and then he gets stabbed up 14 times. So, not only did you send him to prison, you if he would have died, that would have been on you, because you and your friend was out there playing around, fucking around, and you lied, Miss Megan Thee Stallion. You know, like I said, whoever page this is, they did a hell of a job. And if you want to see this without me, you can go on over there, www.36hourslater.com. The truth uncovered. Suppressed evidence proves Tory Lanez is innocent. So, truth becomes clear when the facts come to light. Key inconsistencies, unreliable testimony, and missing evidence prove Daystar Peterson, also known as Tory Lanez, was convicted based on flawed and incomplete narrative. Through Megan Pete's own words, police reports, and expert analysts, the facts suggest Tory Lanez did not fire that weapon and tried to stop the conflict. The case deserves to be reconsidered as the evidence points to a different truth. So, unless you've been under a rock, Tory Lanez is in prison because Meg the horsehead stallion said that she shot her. But is that what she said from the beginning of the case? I don't think so. Let's fact check this. Megan told police and doctors she stepped on glass, not shot. Video and officers confirmed Megan stepped on glass, not hit by gunfire. Sean Kelly testified 2 women fought in the street. One fired first. Tory was still in the car. See, these are things you don't know. These are things that the public didn't tell you. These are the things Megan Horseface Stallion ain't gonna tell you. Sean Kelly testified 2 women fought in the street. One fired first. Tory was still in the car. That's testimony from the trial. I'm gonna say it again. Sean Kelly testified 2 women fought in the street. One fired first. Tory was still in the car. So, Miss Megan Horseface Stallion, if Tory Lanez shot you, how did this man, Sean Kelly, testify that 2 women was fighting and one fired first? How did that happen? Kelsey tested positive for gunshot residue. Her DNA was never tested against the gun. Kelsey received free rent for a year after the shooting. Who paid and why? EJ said an object in the girl's luggage looked like a gun. Megan claims she spoke out in response to Tory, but the timeline proves she went public first. So Megan's been lying from the very beginning of this shit. Tory's DNA was not found on the magazine. Only 0.01% on the gun. Statistically irrelevant. Which means that he probably never touched that gun. 0.01%. 90% of the DNA on the gun belonged to unknown male, not Tory. So we know that 90% of the DNA belongs to an unknown male, not Tory. Tory's DNA was not found in the magazine, only 0.01% on the gun. 90% of the DNA on the gun belonged to an unknown male, not Tory. 90%. Tory's jail call apology was about the drama of sleeping with two friends, not a shooting. So Tory was fucking both of the girls in the car. Tory was reportedly said, "I would never do anything like this. No bullet fragments on x-ray. No nerve damage, fractures, or joint trauma in Megan's medical records. Bullet fragments were lost, never presented at trial." Prosecutors misused Tory's rap lyrics, tattoos, and uncharged allegations to sway the jury. Kelsey's story changed multiple times. She admitted to lying under pressure. Megan's own timeline of injuries don't match the story of the shooting. Please note, Tory was not on probation at the time of the incident. He wasn't a felon, nor did he have a criminal record before the case. The owner of the gun has been sealed and has never been determined. The facts don't add up. The case against Tory Lanez is built on shifting stories, missing evidence, and lies. Tory Lanez did not shoot Megan Thee Stallion. So, table of contents, stepping into the truth, glass or gunshot. What did Megan say happened in the hospital? So that's the table of contents. We don't need to go. Let's see this first video. In her own words, "I ain't get cut by no glass, but let me tell you why they saying that." So let's get to this video.
I ain't get cut by no glass, but let me tell you why they saying that.
Okay, tell us why they saying that, Miss Stallion. Stepping into the truth, glass or gunshot. The following videos 1, 2, 3, 4A, and 4B show Megan Thee Stallion injured at the scene, stating she was cut by glass and not shot. Officers on site also confirmed that she stepped on a glass bottle. These clips are key in understanding the initial reports and the shift in later statements. So let's get to this first video. 1 minute long.
What's that?
Do you think we're gonna go to jail?
I don't know. We're trying to figure it all out. As long as you guys cooperate with us and you guys tell us what happened, we'll go accordingly, okay? But if you guys are not telling us, if you guys are, then I don't think
I really cannot go to jail.
Okay.
Now, as you can see, that's Megan. All she worried about is not going to jail. All she worried about is her image, right? Let's listen to what she says, folks.
I cannot have that on my image.
Okay. So how did that happen to you? Glass? Where?
Where we were coming from.
Now, there you have it. That's Megan Thee Stallion. She's worried about her image. She's worried about if she's going to go to jail, folks. And she says she stepped on glass because she can't have this on her image. Just in case you didn't hear her.
We're trying to figure it all out. As long as you guys cooperate with us and you guys tell us what happened, we'll go accordingly, okay? But if you guys are not telling us, if you guys are, then I don't think
I really cannot go to jail.
Okay.
I cannot have that on my image.
Okay. So how did that happen to you? Glass? Where?
Where we were coming from. I'm not from here, so
Okay. I didn't get shot.
Oh, you did it?
Oh, man. I mean, no, sir.
Now you hear her. I didn't get shot. Let's go back, folks.
You guys tell us what happened, we'll go accordingly, okay? But if you guys are not telling us, if you guys are, then I don't think
I really cannot go to jail.
Okay.
I cannot have that on my image.
Okay.
Cannot have
So how
that
did
on my
happen to
image.
you? Glass? Where?
Where we were coming from. I'm not from here, so
Okay. I didn't get shot.
Oh, you did
I
it?
didn't get shot. I heard her, right? She didn't get shot. So When did the story change? So let's go to the next video. Let's see what she says here.
Shooting or anything? That's how we got dispatch.
Well,
Evidence of any shooting or anything? That's how we got dispatch.
well, we have the gun here, and then we have other units. They're searching the house where it happened. So that's all we have so far.
So nothing happened in this vehicle.
No, we don't have any casings. No.
Okay, from what you've been told. Okay.
And then there's some cash over, looks like.
Was the person who got caught with the other people here that you have in handcuffs? Were they all together?
They were all
Yes.
together.
Any shooting or anything? That's how we got dispatch.
Well, we have the gun here, and then we have other units. They're searching the house where it happened. So that's all we have so far.
So nothing happened in this vehicle.
No,
As of right now.
we don't have any casings. No.
Okay, from what you've been told. Okay.
Hold on 1 second, folks. Sorry, folks. I'm just trying to put on Facebook that we live right now. My fault, man. I should have did this at the beginning. My fault. I'm gonna get right back to it. I'm not used to doing lives, so I'm just trying to get some people in the room. That's all, folks.
And then there's some cash over, looks like.
Was the person who got caught with the other people here that you have in handcuffs? Were they all together?
They were all together.
Yes, they were all in the same car.
Okay. And then, do we know how she got cut?
I believe when she stepped down, there's a glass
She
right
dropped
here.
a glass bottle, and then I think she stepped on it and cut herself.
Oh.
Getting out of the vehicle.
Okay. So her friends had cut her.
Right.
Well,
So, as we hear, she
And then,
dropped the bottle.
how she got cut?
I believe when she stepped down, there's a glass
she
right
dropped
here.
a glass bottle, and then I think she stepped on it and cut herself. Getting out of the vehicle.
So, we heard in that video, in the first video, we heard Megan say, "Oh, I didn't get shot. I cut myself on some glass." Now we hear the cops confirming that story. "Oh, I cut myself on some glass." Let's go to the next video, folks. Oh my God, what is that? What is that, folks? That is a bottle with some blood. That's the bottle she stepped on right there, folks. Wake up. This lady has been lying the whole time. This lady has Tory Lanez sitting in prison telling people she got shot. But you can see that's the bottle on the ground. Those are her footprints from the bloody foot. So it's looking like the story of her dropping the bottle and stepping on glass is real, and her not getting shot is fake. Oh.
Alright, we're back to the sound of my voice.
Am I wrong, or did we just witness her step on the bottle? Let's go back. We gotta, this is big. Look right here, over here, y'all. The bottle comes out first, y'all.
Show us your hands. Hold your hands up. Okay? Come on, people got here with
Look.
hands up.
And clearly she stepped on the glass right there. We just.
Keep your hands up. Tory, rear passenger, step out of the vehicle. Let me see your hands. Show us your hands. Hold your hands up. Okay? Come on, people got here with hands up.
You see it. You see it clear as day. The lady stepped on the glass.
Practice on my voice. Move back. Keep going. Keep going. Hey, stop. Move to the left. Keep moving.
It's right down the floor.
So there you have it. We watched her step on the glass. So when did the story change to she got shot? We watched her step on the glass. We watched her say she never gets shot. We watched the police confirm it. She cut herself when she stepped out. Let's go to the next video.
She cut herself when she stepped out. She cut herself when she stepped out. She cut herself when she stepped out. She cut herself when she stepped out.
She cut herself when she stepped out. That's the cop. That's the cop. And we gonna watch her cut herself when she stepped out. See, that's the bottle on the clip. We gonna watch her. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you she cut herself. Look, the bottle's on the ground right here. She opened the door. Let's go back. See, you see the bottle here, right? Look right here. The bottle falls out. Look, the bottle falls out. And we gonna see her step right on that bottle. Watch. We're gonna hear it. You see it sparkle when she stepped on it. You see the glass sparkle when she stepped on it. Bottle out. And I just gotta say something. That's how much motherfuckers be alcoholics. She was at fucking the Jenner's house getting drunk. She was kicked out because she was drunk and belligerent. And look, she still got another bottle. But as you can see, the bottle on the ground right there. Now watch her walk out.
Show us your hands. Hold your hands up. Okay? Come on, people got here with their hands up.
Look, you seen the glass sparkle when she stepped on it. Let's watch it again. Look.
Hold your hands up. Okay? Come on, people got here with their hands up.
You see me? That's how drunk she was that she stepped on the bottle that she knew was there.
Keep going.
And right here, we hear the cops say she stepped on the glass.
She cut herself when she stepped out. She cut herself when she stepped out.
We hear
She
her.
cut herself when she stepped out.
She cut
She cut herself
herself.
when she stepped out.
Now let's go to this video. Oh, she cut herself.
Move back inside my voice.
Move back.
Keep going. Keep going.
See? She cut herself.
Move back inside my voice.
Everybody knows the police need this information. So, you know, if I was Tory Lanez, I would be suing everybody. I would be suing the police department, everybody. Everybody knew this girl cut herself. Everybody knew, in her own words, the police bitch was being rude. Let's see what she says.
Police bitch being so rude to me. Well, what, you know, what's going on? Like, da-da-da-da, you're being detained, da-da-da-da. Ma'am, I get to the motherfucking hospital, the police bitch being so rude to me. Well, what, you know, what's going on? Like, da-da-da-da, you're being detained, da-da-da. Ma'am, I'm being detained, I'm leaking, but I'm still not saying what happened.
We know what
Crazy.
happened.
I get to the
man, if
motherfucking
you in
hospital.
here, I only got 2-3 people watching. Hit the like, hit the share. I'm showing you that this bitch is a lie. I just showed you she stepped on the glass. You just got in. Look, that's the bottom. Let me show you she stepped on the glass. Right? Watch right here. This is enough for you. This is enough for you to click the like. This is enough for you to share. I'm giving you the facts of the case. I'm showing you this horse-faced bitch is a liar. I'm showing you. Watch. She's going to step on the glass. Watch the bottle fall out. Boop. The bottle falls out. And watch it light up when she steps on it. Watch. Look, she stepped on it. She stepped on the glass. But all you dumb motherfuckers and all you Megan the horse-faced clown bitch fans swear Tory shot her. Tory ain't shot this bitch. Look, the bottle fell out. And she stepped on it. Oh, there it is, right there. You seen her step on it. You seen her. So a lot of people, and what the cops say?
She cut herself when she stepped out.
What the cops say?
She cut herself when she stepped out.
She cut herself when she stepped out. She cut herself when she stepped out. What the other cops say? What the other cops say? Oh, she cut herself. So, from day one, if you a Megan Thee Stallion fan, you just dumb as fucking. You just a fucking groupie. Because you don't have enough brain to separate, oh, I like Megan Thee Stallion, I like her music, but you're not smart enough to see this bitch been lying. You can still like her music and say she's a liar. What did Megan say happened at the hospital? So now, this next video is of Megan, the horse-faced bitch, at the hospital. What did she say? Why is it not letting me blow the picture up? Stepped on glass. So we heard her, we seen her. I had another cut on my rifle. I just stepped on glass the other day. However, Megan, in her own words.
So, since y'all hold so worried about it, yes, this nigga Tory shot me. You shot me. And you got your publicists and your people going to these blogs lying and shit. Stop lying. Why lie? I don't understand. I tried to keep the situation off the internet.
She says Tory lied, but we already know from the video she's the only one lying. We all watched her step on the glass. She the only one lying. So Megan closed, she spoke out in response to Tory, but the timeline shows she went public first. Nothing negative as this. That's why I didn't want to say nothing in the first place. This would have never came out if Tory would have never went to the internet telling everybody his side of the story. Terrible because, you know, I'm blind, folks. My glasses is broke, so I'll be having to blow shit up. Let me see. Okay. terrible because I didn't want to say anything in the first place. So not only did I not say anything, but now you want to get ahead of it, and I can't see, folks, and make yourself look like you are some type of victim, I'm assuming. Let me see if I can blow this shit up some more without my glasses. I can't see. Why did you not want to you saying anything in the first place? Objection, asked and answered. The court, I think we've covered that, sustained by Miss T. What was your plan when this first happened as far as what you would say? I wasn't going to say anything. I didn't want it to go anywhere. I'm embarrassed. I knew you told the police that you stepped on broken glass about 4 days later. Did you come forward to the police and tell them who shot you? Yes. And was that to a detective? Yes. In these 4 days, what brought about the change of heart? I had a change of heart because I saw online that he had tried to start getting ahead of the story and put it on a bunch of different narratives about what happened. So how did that make you feel? So this is the timeline. We see that Megan is lying. So Megan post about being shot. The narrative that is being reported about Sunday morning events are inaccurate, and I like to set the record straight. On Sunday morning, I suffered gunshot wounds as a result of a crime that was committed against me and done with the intention to physically harm me. I was never arrested. The police officers drove me to the hospital where I underwent surgery to remove the bullets. I'm incredibly grateful to be alive and that I'm expected to make a full recovery, but it was important for me to clarify that details about this traumatic night. I'm currently focused on my recovery so I can return back to my life and back to making music as soon as possible. Megan names Daystar to police. So 7:15, she made her post, right? 7:16, she goes to the police after this post. Megan go live Daystar's birthday. So on his birthday, she went live, 7:27. Megan publicly names Daystar as the shooter. And then Tory Lanez, to my fans, I'm sorry for my violence, but respectfully, I got time today, 9 p.m. So this is him tweeting for the first time. So she's been lying about everything. Oh, I only said something because he said something. No, she said something 2 months before he even posted. He didn't post till 9:24. Daystar spoke on IG Live responding to Megan. So Megan full of shit, folks. So if you a Megan fan, I get it. You won't like this video. You won't share this video. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all girl is full of shit. Y'all girl is full of shit. So I get it. But just in case you didn't know, Megan was not shot. She stepped on the glass. And I'm going to show you. Now, here's the video when she stepped on glass. Now, the truck is right here. Pay attention, folks. Look, the bottle falls out. Now, remember, we just seen this bottle fall out, folks. And you gotta pay attention, right? You gotta pay attention because the bottle falls out and you're gonna see it light up when she step on it. You see me? So let's get back to over here. What did Megan say happened in the hospital? We watched that. She said she stepped on glass. In her words, I tried to keep it off the internet, but we know from the timeline, she the one that put it in the internet. So let's watch this video.
I never put my hands on anybody. I never raised my voice too loud. Like, this was one of them times where it was like, it shouldn't have got this crazy.
It shouldn't have escalated to
right.
the that it did.
So I get out the car and it's like everything happened.
Now, we all know about people with the fake cries and the fake tears. Ain't nothing coming out this bitch's eyes. Ain't no water, ain't no sweat coming down this ugly horse face. Ain't nothing. Ain't nothing. She just full of shit. And dumb fans fell for it.
Happens so fast. And all I hear is this man screaming, he said, dance, and he started shooting. And I'm just like, oh my God.
The stroking of the hair, those are all telltale signs she's lying. She's looking away. She's no longer looking Gail in the face. The bitch just was lying in her goofy ass
like he
hands.
shot a couple of times.
Now, once again, every time where I hear her say she shot him, I'm gonna go back to where she stepped on the glass at. Let's watch her step on the glass. Let's watch it. See? Let's watch Horseface bitch step on the glass, right? Let's watch her. So we see, that's the bottle. It's broken. These are her footprints. Now, if you pay attention, this look like this where the toes would be, right? These are all her steps. Let's watch it. Now, I gotta point something out. The first place when she got out the truck, she stepped here, right? You don't see no blood. Nowhere, no blood right here. Here's the glass. Here's the bottle. You don't see no blood right here. Now watch. Watch the back door open. Bottle falls out, right? She steps out. You see, the first place she steps out, we didn't see no blood right there. You know why? Because bitch ain't shot. The Horseface bitch ain't shot. That's why we don't see no blood right there. Now, let's go. Now, remember, when she steps in the bottle, you're going to see like a flash of light. See? Now we see she's backing up to the voice. Those are where you're going to see the bloody prints at. Look. See? That's where you see the bloody prints. You don't see no prints right, no bloody prints right here, because this is where she first got out. If she was already shot, the bloody footprints would be right there, folks. They would be right there. But they're not. They're where after she stepped on the glass. Bong, she stepped on the glass, then she stepped here, then she stepped here, then she stepped here. You can see it. That's the first place she stepped. No blood. And then she steps in the glass. And those is where you see her bloody footprints is the first place she stepped. But, you know, if you a Meg Thee Stallion fan, even this ain't gonna change your mind. Even her getting caught in all these lies ain't gonna change your mind. So Megan and Kelsey had a physical altercation. Eyewitnesses and physical evidence indicate a physical fight between Megan P. and Kelsey Harris. Kelsey Harris had open wounds and cuts on her leg that were actively bleeding. No injuries was reported on Tory Lanez. The fight was between the women. The fight was between the women. Kelsey was bleeding. Evidence of Megan and Kelsey fight. Who was snitch? I ain't never went to the police with no names. I thought a bitch that got her chain snatched caught a loss and something to say. Megan's song lyrics from Shots Fired. That's her friend's chain. So she's snitching on herself. She snatched her friend's chain. In her words, there's a witness.
The people in the neighborhood, there's a witness. When the police came, because the neighbors called the police.
And the witness name is Sean Kelly. That's his name. What does Sean Kelly say? Eyewitness Sean Kelly told police and later testified under oath that he saw two women fighting in the street. But remember, right here, I
never put my hands on anybody.
I never put my hands on nobody. Oh my God. The bitch is a liar. And she told you right here.
The people in the neighborhood, there's a witness. When the police
She told
came,
you there was a witness, right? And this is what the witness told the police.
Wait, no, it isn't. No?
They shot out of the car?
Well, the windows were open, that's why it sounded like either way. Yeah, I didn't
No,
really
they're on my side. The girl opened the door, there's two girls fighting, and then they shot. And she got out of the car and crawled over.
Hey, if you in the room, man, hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe. I'm giving you the info. I'm giving you the game. I'm showing you this bitch lie. All the way from Springfield, Massachusetts, I'm showing you that this bitch is a liar. Just hit the like, man. Hit the share, man. You know, I want to be like the other YouTubers. I want to have more than 2 or 3 people in the room. But if you don't hit that like, you don't hit that share, you don't drop a hey in the comment section, I'm never going to be big. And y'all going to miss out on the shit I give, because I give the real shit. I'm a real nigga. So let's see what Sean Kelly testified in the court. And what did you see next, sir? They were fighting. They had started fighting. The two girls, yes. And when you say the two girls were fighting, could you describe to the jury what you observed, what they were doing, what they were fighting about? Not about, but how were they fighting? They were pulling their hair and hitting each other, and it was quite violent. This is initially when you still only see the two girls, correct? Yes. And what happened at this point? Was the fight continuing? Was it stopped? They were fighting for a while because I told my son to come into my room, and I asked him to get into my bed too, and then they were still fighting. They was all bent over, sort of wrapped in each other, fighting. But remember up here, what did she say up here? What did the lion horse face bitch say?
I never put my hands on anybody. I never raised my voice too loud. Like, this was one of them times where it was like, it shouldn't have got this crazy.
It shouldn't have escalated.
She never put her hands on nobody, right? Then she tells you there's a witness.
the people in the neighborhood, there's a witness. When the police came.
So she don't like what the witness say at this point? And let's go back, because I love to show people shit. Let's see when she stepped on the glass. Let's go back to that. Now, we see in this video, right, when she first get out the car, she steps right here. There's no blood right there. You know how there's no blood right there? Because she wasn't shot. She didn't get shot until she didn't start bleeding until she stepped on this glass. And let's watch it again.
Tory, rear passenger step out of the vehicle.
Look. Out of ball.
Show us your hands. Hold your hands up. Okay?
Look. That's where she first get out the car. There's no blood there. Remember, she hasn't stepped in front of the bottle, so she's in front of the bottle. No blood there.
Come on, fuel passenger with your hands up. Hands up.
Boom.
All right, you got.
You see, Now, remember I told you there's no blood there because she ain't stepped on the glass yet. Now, watch when she step on the glass. You're going to see it sparkle.
Okay, come on, people catch through with their hands up, hands up. All right, move back to the sound of my voice. Keep your hands up.
Now, remember, there's no blood right here. This is where she stepped first. Right? There's only blood once she steps on the glass and she starts sliding over, folks. Why would y'all believe this bitch? Bottle comes out. No blood right here. Right?
Hold your hands up. Okay, come on, people catch through with their hands up, hands up.
Then she steps on the
All
glass.
right, move back to the sound.
Therefore, you see the blood. When she stepped right there, there's no blood. Then she steps on the glass and you see the glare off the glass, and then you see blood. Because she didn't step all the way over here. She stepped here first. But there's people out here believing her and thinking she makes sense and thinking Tory shot her and she lied and say she ain't touch her, nobody. And, you know, the witness, Sean Kelly testified that 2 women was fighting and one of them fired the first few shots while Tory was still in the car. He said Tory got out afterward and tried to take the gun. Okay, did you state, sir, that the shooter gentleman didn't come out of the car until the initial shot? Fireworks had started. Yeah, excuse me? Yes. So when the initial shot or fireworks had started, isn't it true you stated that my client was still in the car? Yeah, I believe so. So Tory Lanez was still in the car when the shots was fired. He was still in the car. Yes, I believe so. The shorter gentleman was in the car. Yes. Okay, and did you state that initially you saw the 2 girls fighting? I did. Yes. Did you say that after you saw the 2 girls fighting, you saw one of the girls shoot, sir? I believe so. But thereafter, did you say that the shorter guy got involved at that point trying to take the gun away? Mr. Abbott, objection, leaving the court overruled. Is that what you said? Yes. So the witness, that horse face Meg Thee Stallion told you exist, testified that he seen the girl shooting first. So you gotta ask yourself, how the fuck is Tory Lanez in prison? How the fuck did the witness testify he seen the girl shooting? We've seen her step on glass. She never got shot. So how the fuck is Tory Lanez in prison? It makes no sense, folks. Sean Kelly's statement to investigators in a separate interview, Sean Kelly said he saw Kelsey and Megan fighting violently, with Kelsey rear passenger attacking Megan front passenger. The driver, Jaquan, tried to intervene. He stated that a woman fired the gun while Tory Lanez, described as a shorter black guy, was still in the back seat of the SUV. There is no way Tory fired the gun 5 times.
The doors of the Escalade open and the girl come out and pull open the passenger door and started screaming and yelling at somebody in the car.
So the girl who came out of the passenger, you're talking about the front passenger?
No, the rear.
The rear passenger. So the girl comes out of the rear passenger and she goes through the front passenger?
Yes.
And she opens up the car door?
Yes.
And then what happens?
They're screaming and shouting at each other and they start fighting.
The 2 girls?
Yeah, I can see one feet coming out trying to kick her and the other one's fighting and then the passenger gets out.
So the girl who does the punching and the kicking is the girl that comes out of the back passenger?
Can we stop there? Because I don't want to. I'll tell you, and then I want to go. My son's on his own.
Yeah, I understand.
I don't want
and it's loud with the cars.
I don't really want to. So basically, the car stopped. The girl in the back got out, started screaming and shouting, ripped the door, pulled the door open, but pulled it so sort of viciously. That's why I presume the driver got out. She starts screaming. She starts hitting the girl. The girl then had to start.
I gotta say this, right? Whack 100. Whack 100. If you know about the No Jumper podcast and you know Whack 100, he's an LA guy. He's been seeing for a long time that there was video and there was tape and there was witnesses, but nobody believed him. Whack, I'm sorry, man. Whack 100, I believe you, man. I'm sorry, Whack 100, you got me, man. I'll start believing everything you say, man. I don't give a fuck if I know it's a lie, because you was right about this.
Her feet come out, she starts to kick the girl away. Passenger, they get out, they start fighting here. They start fighting. The driver comes round and tries to sort of break it up. It gets a bit more violent. And between them, the girl then climbs back into the front driver passenger seat.
Where's the shorter black guy?
He's in the back.
He's in the back of the car? Okay.
So as we see, during the fight, Tory never got out. During the fight, he never got out.
Then the gun, and the girl shoots into so the driver's door's open.
You're seeing the girl shoot?
Can I help you? I think, is it this house?
Yes, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
So you see the girl doing the shooting?
I see what appears to be the girl standing here and shooting into the car. That's what it looked like to me. But it was dark and I'm above, so, but then the guy gets out again from the back.
See? He gets out after the shots, but you know, we believe Megan Thee Stallion. Cause she got a horse face. We believe the horse face, bitch. Sworn witness testimony. Key witness corroborates Sean Kelly's story. Together, the statement of Smith, James, and Kelly paint a consistent picture. Two women were fighting. A woman fired the gun. Tory tried to de-escalate the situation. So, we know that these bitches is lying. Let's see. I was the driver and bodyguard of Mr. Daystar Peterson, who is better known as Tory Lanez. In July of 2020, Mr. Peterson has been known to me for 7 years. At the time of the incident, I had worked for Mr. Peterson for 3 years. He has not only been my employee, but I also consider him my close personal friend. On July 12, 2020, I was asked to drive Mr. Peterson to the home of Kylie Jenner, where Miss Megan Pete and Kelly Harris were present. Mr. Peterson was at Miss Jenner's home for approximately 2 hours when I received a call to come pick up Miss Pete and Miss Harris. Miss Pete, Miss Harris, and myself left Miss Jenner's home. But I was asked by Miss Pete to return because she started that she had forgotten a shoe. No, she didn't forget a shoe. She knew that Tory Lanez was back at the crib with Kylie and he was about to give him something. She was about to be Kylie's new nigga. And Megan couldn't have that. She couldn't have her ego because Megan was kicked out, not Tory. Megan was kicked out for being overly drunk and doing dumb shit. But Mrs. Pete and Mrs. Harris and myself left Miss Jenner's home. When we arrived at Miss Jenner's home at this time, Miss Harris stayed in the car while Miss Pete exited. Miss Pete did not enter the house at the time, and she went around the back to the pool area where Mr. Peterson was located. But Miss Pete and Mr. Peterson returned to the car after a few minutes. Miss Pete was bickering, but I'm not sure of the exact words she was saying. She seemed upset. The four of us left Miss Jenner's residence. As I began to drive, Miss Pete started to fight with Mr. Peterson. They were going back and forth. I remember Miss Peterson saying to Mr. Pete, but he was going to tell Miss Harris what was going on. I do not remember what street we were on, but Miss Pete asked me to stop the vehicle. I did as she asked, and Mr. Pete went to sit in the nearby bus stop. Mr. Peterson went and spoke with Miss Pete. After about 2 minutes, they returned to the car, and I began driving again. Miss Pete started the argument again. Miss Harris asked what was going on. Mr. Peterson told her that he and Miss Pete had been dating and intimate. Miss Harris was upset by this, and she and Mr. Peterson had been dating in the same manner prior to any relationship with Miss Pete. Miss Pete and Miss Harris began fighting. I pulled over to stop them. Miss Pete and Miss Harris both got out of the vehicle and continued to fight, both verbally and physically. I broke up this fight was pulling Miss Pete toward the back of the car. I saw Miss Harris with a gun in her hand. Mr. Peterson ran from behind Miss Pete and myself toward Miss Harrison. Mr. Peterson and Miss Harris began struggling as Mr. Peterson tried to unarm Miss Harris. I was still pulling Miss Pete and did not see who shot the weapon. I was lucky I was not harmed, and in my opinion, Miss Pete was also fortunate. The whole incident happened so quickly within just a couple of minutes. I wanted to present this evidence during Mr. Peterson's trial, but was prevented from doing so as the district attorney was not ready to cross-examine me, and later they did not call me due to holiday in the court schedule. I believe I should have been allowed to present this evidence. So this guy, he wasn't even allowed to testify, right? That's from Jaquan. Let's look at what this other guy said. This was the owner of the company and very similar project. Miss Kelsey Harris hired elite security to accompany her to court the 2 days she was testifying. This is the only time she has been a client. I have not worked for Dason Peterson nor Megan Pete. I heard these statements as we were in the car getting a bite to eat after court. We went to a restaurant named Fixin's. Miss Harris and the father of her child were the only people in the car. She later also said similar statements to her attorney of record in front of the courthouse and in the cafeteria. She was nervous and speaking generally, asking questions. Her lawyer was telling her it would be okay and she could plead the fifth if she was uncomfortable. I heard Miss Ayers' question, how can I not tell on myself and how am I protected if I tell certain things? The father of her child explained immediately to her. At Fixin', Miss Harris stated that she shot the gun 3 times in the air and Dason Peterson ran up to her, grabbed her arm, pushing it down, causing the gun to fire twice more. I have not said these statements until now as I have heard rumors of the threats that others have received from being involved in the case. Also, I did not want to lose my employment as I rely on such a care for my child. I was trying not to eavesdrop, but I could not help but overhear these statements. General Elite Security does not follow confidentially, yet we do not have such an agreement on file, and I decided to come forward as this has been weighing on my mind, on my conscience, and I decided the right thing to do is to come forward with this information. So, everybody in this situation is telling you it was her. E.J. King, Megan's former stylist, said an object in her purse looked like a handgun. E.J. said he may have seen things that looked like a gun in the bag or purse, but never asked questions or confirmed what they were. This adds up to reasonable doubt if Kelsey had the gun. There's a great possibility Tory could not be the shooter. You can't tell us it's for sure a handgun, but you've seen something like a handgun. Is that fair to say? Yeah. Sir, when we were upstairs just a few minutes ago, did you recall stating that you have seen things that look like handguns? Oh, yeah, it looks like, but like I said, if I picked it up, no, but something like it, yes. Well, let me ask you this. You may have not picked that up, and you're telling us you don't know if it's an actual working firearm, correct? Right. Have you seen anything in any of the bags or any time you've been out without security? Have you seen anything that resemble something that looked like a weapon, a firearm? Possibly, yes. What do you mean, possibly? Is that a yes, sir? Yes, possibly. I don't go through them to check for a firearm, but I may have seen stuff in bags that I pack. But like I said, I haven't. You never ask questions. You never ask what this is, or is it a firearm? No. Here's testimony, inconsistent and unreliable. Kelsey Harris initially told prosecutors she witnessed the shooting, but later recanted on the stand, admitting she lied under pressure. Her Fifth Amendment plea in contradiction compelled the prosecutor to introduce her prior statements in full, highlighting their unreliability. Her credibility was compromised, raising reasonable doubt. So, I can't tell you the time, but yes, July 12, 2020, and you saw what happened during the shooting, didn't you? Again, no. The way I was positioned, honestly, no. Okay, in September, when you interviewed with us, it was not a blur, correct? Again, I said things to protect myself that night. Okay, well, you said that day, you said it's a blur. You're trying to protect yourself, but you're telling us you didn't see anything or you didn't hear anything. It's a blur, is that right? I didn't see anything, so. Passenger area. Again, when I spoke with you, I said a few different things. Did you shoot Tory did you shoot Megan? No, who shot Megan? Again, when I was getting out the car, all I heard was shots. I didn't actually see. Did you tell us that when you looked at maybe the second or third gunshot, that's when you see Tory and he's in the front seat and he must have jumped over into the front seat and he's leaning over the door, over the window? Do you remember telling us that? Again, our interview was not 100% truthful. Kelsey confirmed she was not bribed. Kelsey Harris testified under oath that no bribery occurred, no financial records or corroborating evidence support the bribery claim. There's also been a lot of talk about bribery, and I want to, before I go into the facts, I want to talk about that. Has my client paid for anything? No. There's talk about hush money that Megan's people have put out there. Has my client paid any money to you, madam? No. And I would actually like to make that very clear because I seen some things earlier from her attorney and I'm tired of that lie. So no, Miss Harris, I've never asked them to. District Attorney Albert, got it. Miss Harris, by giving me a spot. They did this voluntarily and for a year, which was not normal. After the incident, Kelsey received rent for an entire year after not speaking with Megan since incident, covered by Megan's team, the term they have been used reportedly. So this girl, crib was paid for. In her own words, she's standing up over the window shooting.
In the car, shooting from the car, Megan? He is standing up over the window, shooting. Mm-hmm.
But he never touched the gun. DNA proves Tory Lanez's innocence. A forensic testified that 90% of the DNA on the weapon belonged to an unknown male, not Tory Lanez. His DNA was not found on the magazine. Software used for analysts had documented instability and potential for false matches. An expert testified that if Tory Lanez had fired the gun 5 times, his DNA would be expected on the weapon, but it wasn't found. Female DNA was found on the gun. Kesley tested positive for GSR, but her DNA was never tested against the gun. Tory Lanez's DNA was not on the magazine and only 0.0% on the firearm. This amount is incredibly small, equivalent to picking a blade of grass from a football field. So let's read these. The mixture of donors in sample 5111 of the gun was estimated by the STR mix software as 90%, 5%, 3%, and 2% donors. The major donor, 90% of DNA could reliably be deduced from a mixture of DNA, and it did not match the defendant. From the donors of the 5%, 3%, and 2% DNA in the mixture, no DNA profile can be deduced. The later indicates that the data of these donors is not reliable for comparison with possible donors. Now, let's go back to the same thing with the magazine. You talked about the handgun. Can you tell us explain what the LAPD concluded after testing of the swab as to the magazine from this case? Yes, when they tested the magazine, they saw that they had, again, at least 4 people. And so coincidence may not, they aren't together. The magazine and the gun, there may be some similarities there. And looking at that, they absolutely excluded Peterson. He is not one of those 4 people. He is not on the magazine. And so when they take a look at that, that's a clear excuse and can't be there. Sir, counsel keeps saying about the gun, touching the gun. You can't exclude Mr. Peterson. Sir, is there any evidence as you sit here that people can say that Mr. Peterson touched that gun? Yes or no? No. And is that the same opinion that the LAPD criminalist has? That's correct. Sir, again, I'm going to ask you this hypothetically, and I'm going to leave out the fact that it's my gun. If I pick up a gun from inside of a vehicle, I take that gun, I get out the car, I shoot 5 times, I put that gun back in the car. Would you expect my DNA to be on that gun, sir? I would, yes. It's my client's, Mr. Peterson, DNA on that gun, sir. Not that we can tell. No, I have no further questions. So, the man's DNA wasn't on the gun. We see the video where she steps on the glass, so we know she wasn't shot. And all testimony from the witness say the girl shot the gun. Why the fuck is Tory Lanez in prison? So we know one male DNA was found on the handgun, at least one. At least one. Do we know if there's the possibility of a female DNA being on that gun? Yes, we also see an indication that there is DNA from a female there, based on the balance the X and Y chromosomes that are present. FYI, Tory Lanez, this defense expert didn't receive the STR mixed worksheet until the last minute due to a Brady violation. The worksheet only turned over at the defense request showed Tory Lanez was just 0.01% contributor to the gun and excluded on the magazine. Limited defensibility properly counts the DNA evidence. The prosecution used up all the DNA example, so it could not be retested. In her own words, why would I lie?
Why would I lie? You want me to be a bad person so bad, and y'all motherfuckers want to believe the lie before you believe the truth.
She said, why would she lie, right? So we gotta go back. We have to. Now we see right there a bottle, right? And bloody footprints, right? A bottle and bloody footprints. There's no bloody footprints right here, folks. None whatsoever. You know why? Because she's not shot yet. Right? So let's go. Now, we see there's nothing on the ground, no blood. We don't see those bloody footprints. Bottle falls out. Boom. We hear and see the bottle fall out, right? Now watch. When she steps on the bottle, you're going to see a flicker of light. Watch where she steps first. So she first steps out right here where I just showed you there was no blood. Now look. See? When she stepped on the glass, did you see the spark? Did you see it? Spark. So you see the spark. Did she just get shot right there? Did the police shoot her? Because she's not bleeding yet. Till she steps on this bottle, folks. Seen the spark when she stepped on the bottle? But she said Tory was shooting and told her to dance, bitch. No, this bitch is a liar. Now, this is the police got her at gunpoint. Watch the spark. See? But she got y'all food. She got y'all food. Now we gonna go. I'm gonna show you. See, this is where she first stepped. Do you see any blood? No, there's no blood. Because if she had been shot by Tory, there should be blood right there because she was bleeding inside the car, right? Not right here after she steps on the bottle. And for you slow people, I'm going to show you one more time. As you can see, this is where she gets out. There is no blood. She should be shot already. But let's watch her. Bottle falls out. And you hear it crack. You hear it break. You know what a crack breaking bottle sounds like. You know. Now watch. She gets out right there. I just showed you there's no blood right there.
Show us your hands. Hold your hands up.
See? That's where she first steps. I showed you there was no blood. Now, you gotta pay attention. The bottle is right here. When she steps on this bottle, you're gonna see like a spurt. Right here. You see it. But she got all you dumb motherfuckers out there thinking, oh, I got shot. Bitch ain't get shot. Bitch ain't get shot. She stepped on some glass, right? And then witnesses tell you she was fighting and she was shooting and, you know, but she got y'all believing the bullshit. And then down here, she gonna say, why would I lie? Why would I lie? Because you a liar, bitch.
Why would I lie?
Because you a liar,
You want
bitch.
me to be a bad person so bad, and y'all motherfuckers want to believe the lie before you believe the truth.
So text message evidence appears edited. Text message used in court differ from the version shared public by Megan's team. So let's see what we got in these text messages. So we see a number. Alex with private gym. 7727 Woodland Wilson Drive. Oh yeah, Woodland Drive is a hell of a close. Just don't tell Alex we 10 miles away from him. Laughing out loud. Shit. Security 101. Going with Fierce to pick up another car. We be right back. Help. Tory shot Meg. 911. Alex with the private gym. Oh yeah. Whatever. Security 101. So as we can see, there's something missing right here. Alter text. So we see that Tory and her team was doing all type of shit. Missing phrases raised questions about whether evidence was presented to the jury and now to the public was selectively edited or incomplete. In her own words.
And all I hear is this man screaming. He said, dance.
It's funny that she's saying he said dance bitch, but we know he ain't shoot her. Why would he be saying? Audio determines a dance bitch. Climbed the now public ring camera audio confirms 5 gunshot, but not Catcher Lang saying dance bitch. So we don't hear Tory saying dance bitch, but we definitely hear the shots. You could hear them conversating, correct? Yeah, quite clearly. Excuse me, quite clearly. But at any point, did you hear anybody say dance bitch? No. When you got out the car, did anybody say dance bitch? Did you hear a word? Did anybody saying dance bitch? No, I didn't know where that came from. So no. Sean Kelly and Kelsey here testified that they did not hear Tory make that statement. Everybody's telling you from day one that she's been lying. The witnesses told you she's been lying. But everybody wants to believe a horse-faced bitch. Everybody wants to believe a bitch that shake her ass. The bitch is a liar. Only Megan has claimed this, unsupported by any audio or witness evidence. In her words, doctors were police.
I get to the hospital. The doctors do X-ray. Do X-rays on my feet. Oh, ma'am, you got bullets in your feet. Got bullet fragments in your other foot. I'm thinking the doctors is the police, so I'm still trying not to tell them like, nah, I didn't know I got. You know what I'm saying? I'm scared. Like I've never been shot before. I don't have to lie about that.
You right. You never been shot before. You a motherfucking right. You know why? Because you stepped on the bottle, bitch. You right. Once again, I'm going to show y'all the light is there. There's no blood. No blood, because she ain't get shot. She didn't get shot. What happened? Tommy, what happened? Show him what happened, Tommy. Bottle drops. Mind you, there was no blood right here. Because if she had been shot already, as soon as she got out the car, it should have been blood. And watch the bottle spark up when she step on it. The bottle is right here where my arrow is, folks. Look at the arrow. The first spot she stepped right there. I just showed you didn't see no blood. Now watch the bottle right here. When she step on it, it's going to spark. Boom. There you have it. Case solved. Bitch is a liar. And if you out here supporting this bitch, you's a fucking liar too. You's a sorry ass motherfucker too. This man in prison almost died over a fucking lie. That is sad. That is sad. Only Megan has claimed this unsupported by audio. She thought the medical facts don't match the narrative. Dr. Anthony described injuries as lacerations from broken glass. There is no mention of gunshot wounds, fragments, or ballistic trauma. He also described Megan as pleasant and no accurate distress, acute distress. Dr. Milton Little diagnosed bilateral gunshot wounds based on the image. He removed 3 small fragments under general anesthesia and called wounds superficial, yet performed surgery. Claimed fragments were bagged and given to police. Dr. Ian Hollow, plastic surgeon, described wounds as superficial and clearly closed. X-ray showed no fractures, minimum residual shrapnel. Dr. Howe treated for cellulitis infection, discharged without mention of ballistic trauma. So, bitch wasn't shot. Forensic red flags and medical doubt. Key medical findings. Radiologists report no foreign bodies, no bullet fragments clearly visible on X-ray. Estimated blood loss, only 5 milliliters, far too low for gunshot wounds to both feet. Wound closure. Wounds were closed immediately, uncommon for gunshot wounds due to infection risk. No bone or joint damage, rare for true gun firing related to foot injuries. Bullet fragments removed by Dr. Little but never preserved. Detectives admitted in court that fragments were lost because there was never no fragments. Conflicting diagnosis, broken glass, ER doctor. So the first doctor that seen her say was broken glass. Then it turned to gunshot wounds. Then it turns into an infection. Most of this evidence was never presented at trial. Tory Lanez's original trial counsel joined the case late, limited the defense's ability to investigate these medical inconsistencies. I evaluated the following image, which shows X-rays of bilateral feet, bilateral clasps, left tib fib, and CT. I can't read that. The 3 bullet fragments were saved, packaged according to standard protocol, and passed off to appropriate authorities. the fragments went missing. At a preliminary hearing, detectives stated bullet fragments were missing. Prosecutors later claimed LAPD had them and inconsistent suggesting evidence mismanagement or miscommunication. Prosecutors claim the LAPD still has the bullet fragments allegedly removed from Megan's foot. Yet, during a preliminary hearing, Detective Ryan Stagner stated the fragments were missing. If LAPD had the fragments, why did the lead investigators testify in this manner? The chain of custody comes to question with such a clear error. This casts doubt on the integrity and completeness of evidence. Now the bullet fragments which were alleged removed from Megan's ankle, they can't be located. Correct. And you indicated that you reviewed the medical report from Cedar, or at least some of them. Yes. Did you read the report that called to find them superficial injuries? Yes. Miss Holly, nothing further. Megan's faulty claims and medical records. Were there a lot of pains afterwards? Yes. I couldn't walk for a while and I couldn't feel the side of my left foot. Did you have nerve damage? Yes, I still have nerve damage. And what did you mean by that? I can't really feel the left side of my foot. And based on your experience, did you see anything that there was any nerve damage or any of these fragments penetrate and touch the nerve or any of that? Did you see anything like that? We did not identify any nerve involvement on the left side. So, once again, the bitch is lying, talking about she got nerve damage when the doctors are saying that's not true. On August 17th, she went to the club with an ace bandage on her left foot, despite claiming she had been shot in both foot. And she claimed she was in pain and couldn't walk, but she's out in the club with bandages on her foot. Yeah, but all you silly motherfuckers believe this bum bitch. There was also no sign of nerve damage per the doctor's testimony, even though Megan insists she suffered from nerve damage. Moments that show Tory cared. Contrary to popular belief, Tory showed care and concern for Megan.
Address that the incident occurred? The shooting happened?
Nah, I don't know that address, bro. I was just trying to help my girlfriend. One second, bro.
Stay right here for me, bro.
Let's go.
Hey, we got an ambulance coming for her. Hey, bro, step up right here. We got an ambulance coming for her, all right?
Just a quick question.
It's gonna be good.
Have any injuries on you? No, I don't.
Do you need an arm?
I will come for your friend now, okay?
See you next video.
Do you want to talk about what happened tonight? Your girl to safety?
Misinterpreted apology, what Tory really meant. Many have pointed to Tory Lanez jail call as an admission of guilt in the shooter, but this is misrepresented. Tory has publicly clarified that his apology was never about shooting, but about the drama caused by sleeping with two close friends and getting caught. He acknowledged that his actions created a volatile situation, but firmly stated, "I would never do anything like this." Prosecutorial misconduct concerns. Prosecutors intend to use Tory Lanez rap lyrics, tattoos, and uncharged prior incidents to prejudice the jury. Mentioning Tory Lanez's right to not testify potentially violated his constitutional protections. Tory Lanez's choice to testify or not is a protected constitutional right. The fact that a defendant does not testify on his own behalf should not be founder for the court's nor or interpretation of guilt. So, there you have it, man. I went through the whole thing for y'all. You know, this proves the bitch is a liar. This is all the facts. This is the evidence. And if you want to go read it yourself, it's at www.36hourslater.com. 36 the number, 36 hours, HOURS, later. LATER.com. You can go look at this information yourself. You can go look over it. These are the facts of the case. And I'm sorry to tell y'all, Megan, the horse-faced stallion, bum bitch ass, is a liar. Tory Lanez is in prison for no reason, and he damn near lost his life. So I hope he's through the prison. I hope he sue Megan. I hope he sue the police. I hope he sue the cop. I hope he sue everybody involved. Like I always say over here, I present you with the facts. I give you my opinion on those facts. And if you like how I do that, click that like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, click all so you can get notifications every time I drop one of these videos. If you're a supporter of the channel, much love and respect goes out to you. And if you one of these haters that's down with Megan the fucking Stallion, cut the shit. That part.